Going on, ladies and gentlemen, it is your boy right here, man. MMA Reloaded. We are live and direct, man. You know what, folks? Yeah, I was so excited, so excited to come back and be a part of your screens, of your YouTube, of your daily routine on the net once again. But bro, you know what? Yeah, I turned the show on. I'm on the air, but my camera not working. You know what, folks? I might as well just be honest, man. That's some technical difficulty shit right there. But you know what, folks? Even though you can't see my face, you can hear my words correct. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we are back live on your screens. Man, wherever you're watching me from, thank you for watching me. MMA Reloaded, the realest show on social media, the realest show on the net is back. And you know what, folks? Real Talk episode 68 is on your screens right now, man. You can just see the beautiful MMA Reloaded logo on your screen right now, which is absolutely annoying me. But without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I am about to invite Anthony Njokuani onto the show, folks. That's right. I have the assassin, the man where it all kicked off from here on MMA Reloaded podcast. Anthony Njokuani is on the show, folks, and I'm about to do what I always call the particulars. Yeah, so holla and bear with me 2 seconds. Folks, the particulars are done. Anthony Njokuani, the assassin, has been invited onto the show. He is where, you know what, it all started from me, man. You know, the first real UFC fighter, the first real guy that from that world, man, that really interacted with MMA Reloaded. You know what I mean? And he was the first podcast. He was, he's been a supporter all throughout my years doing this, man. Even from my first page before I even got shut down, um, before he was following. Yeah, and to have a guy like that who's been at every level, UFC, WEC, bro, one championship now, Gamebred, FC, man, Anthony Njokuani and myself, it will be a pleasure to have him back. Folks, you know what, for me, yeah, it's like, the past few years, I've just been trying to reflect and think about how I would get MMA Reloaded back up and running. I know this is not a good start right now. This is not a good start at all, bro. Um, with the camera not working. And I will guarantee you, I will fix this shit, man. Cause I'm back on your mic. I'm back on the air, bro. Yeah. Full stop. End the story. No one is gonna say nada because I'm back on the mic, man. You know what? It is something that actually really does annoy me, because all the anticipation that I've had, the planning that I've done to come on this show, man. I know all the other podcasters that do the same would relate right now. But you know what? Enough about that. The show must go on, and the show will go on. Anthony Andrew Kawani is going to join up, folks, very soon. You know what? Yeah. Um, PFL Europe is right now. PFL Europe is live and direct right now, folks. Live from Dublin, Ireland. We've already seen some banging fights out of PFL Europe, man. Tonight here in Dublin. You know what though, folks? I must say, man, a few hard losses for a couple of our guys. You know, Simeon Powell losing by KO tonight, and Lewis McGrillen, a guy with who came in with a big hype train on him, man. Highly talented, highly touted. Also losing by decision to Wesley Meyer. So you know what? It's something that these young guys can really go back and reflect on with the drawing board and sort of see where they messed up, and where their mistakes lie. I mean, you know what? For a big stage like PFL to sort of showcase European talent, it goes to show that the UK contingent coming out of England and Ireland, Scotland, how we really do compare with talent from all over Europe. Spain, Italy, bro, Portugal. Um, you got the Brazilian guys coming down as well. It's really something to behold in the eyes, man. You know what I mean, of a fan. So when I do see PFL shoot these shows up, and um, showcase our guys on that stage, it just further notches them up, man, in my book. I have to I have to also say, man, you know what? We are 8 days away from UFC 296 Leon Edwards, Colby Covington, folks. You know what? Colby Covington, Leon Edwards. I can't really say enough about this fight. I think we're all gonna hate Colby Covington because how can a guy who hasn't fought in nearly 2 years come in and straight get a welterweight championship shot when so much has changed in that welterweight division through this timeline? Bro, like it doesn't make sense, and I guess to some fans and most fans, it really vexes them that how can Kobe come in and just straight jump the line like that? It's not something that I really support. I do believe that earning your shot is the way to go. You know what I mean? And Kobe Covington, he's been out of action. Yeah, he was promised a title shot way back when, and if he had stayed active, maybe he would have got it sooner. But you know, the UFC obviously still sees him as that cash cow, as that promotional guy who can really create a lot of hype fights. To be fair, I like Colby Covington as a fighter. He proved a lot to me in his two fights against Kamaru Usman, even though he lost those two. It's something that I can't really judge on, because of course we're not Dana White, I'm not Dana, and it's yeah, man. When you see Colby Covington, Leon Edwards, you have to think Leon Edwards is gonna have that momentum. He's been so active, won the belt, beat Kamaru Usman again, you know, um, and he's been hungry to defend, but he's been hungry to defend against someone who has earned it. And that's where, of course, Colby Covington, Leon Edwards feels, you know what, bro, why does this guy get a title shot? And I have to say, man, being an old school guy of of value in mixed martial arts, I'm thinking the same damn thing. But it's going to be a great fight. I think Colby Covington's going to try and grind Leon out. Usual game plan, press him up against the back foot. Don't give Leon space to work on the feet. And that will be Colby Covington's game for 5 rounds, bro. Guy's got enough cardio to do it. I believe he is truly talented. Despite all the talk and all the shit that he does, he is a very talented guy, and the cage score becomes. And then you know what, folks? The bantamweight division got a lot more interesting from last fight night. where Davison Figueiredo defeated Rob Font. Anthony Njokuani's here, folks. Yes. Anjo is just hooking up right now, folks. So we're just awaiting the arrival of Anthony Njokuani. There he is. Anjo. Yes. He's here.
Oh,
Yo, man. Anjo.
yo, what's good? I don't see you.
Yeah, I know, man. Bro, man, there's just a little technical difficulty right now, bro. The
Oh,
camera's not working, man. I'm so sorry, bro.
no, that's okay.
Nah, man. You know what, Anjo, bro? It's so good to see you, man. Um,
Same here, bro.
it's so good to have you back on the show, bro. You know what? Yeah, bro. I was actually thinking about this because I haven't done a show in so long. Yeah.
I was like wondering what happened with you.
So, bro, like a lot of things happened personally, and I got shut down about 2 years back, bro. Um,
Yeah.
for some because, bro, I was covering an event, a local event in the UK, and
Hmm.
and I was sponsored. I was like, I had rights and everything, bro, to record and do the business, and I got shut down by Instagram for basically working, man.
Oh
So
wow.
yeah, bro. So yeah, I've spent the last like 2 years just rebuilding myself up, man. Um, so you know, bro, I wanted to obviously kick it off with. I wanted to return big with obviously you, man. You're the guy who I started this off with, bro. Uh,
Yeah.
so, bro, I wanted to obviously catch up, man. A lot has been going on with you lately, bro. Um, we've seen you on the silver screen. We've seen you on the stage, bro, at Men's Physique. Um, Game Bread FC, bro. I mean, shit. I mean, um, Angel, first, bro, for the for the Men's Physique thing, I wanted to obviously congratulate you, man. I saw the pictures, how you looked. You looked phenomenal, bro.
Oh,
Uh,
thank you.
what went into competing, man? How did that really? How did you make that decision to say, all right, cool, I'm gonna go and compete on the stage at Men's Physique?
Oh, it's a buddy of mine. A buddy of mine's. He was actually. His name is Mark Anthony. For some people who are in the in that men's physique world or fitness world would know who he is. He's like the very first ever men's physique, Mr. Olympia men's physique uh, champion back in the day. Back in I believe 2014 or 2013, one of those. But he was the first ever champion for Mr. Olympia, and we've been since the day I became friends with him. He was always trying to get me into doing men's physique competitions because he said I had the good frame for it, good body for it.
Yeah.
So then fast forward, so every single time I wanted to do it, a fight came up, so I couldn't do it. Um, and I always told him I wanted to get bigger because I hated fight looking so damn small and skinny.
Mm,
So I wanted to get bigger and I wanted to do it because it actually helped me get bigger and helped me get more size on me.
exactly.
And so every single time I see him, he'll always ask me, "Hey man, when you gonna do one? You should do one. You got the look, you got the body for it. You should do it." And I always blew it off. And I was and then finally, I guess, how many years later, and since I have like had the free time to do it, and I'm not fighting for UFC anymore,
Hmm.
I was like, you know what, let me go ahead and jump in onto this. And then he got me onto one of his shows, because the show that I did was actually one of his. I did that show, and then now, yeah, I freaking love it, and I want to do another show.
Bro, Andrew, you know what? It got me when I looked at the sort of like one of the first photos that you posted of like your physique transformation, man. I was like, motherfucker, I was like, shit. That is not Anthony
Thank you.
Njokuani, bro. I mean, when of course, like you've been doing MMA for shit nearly 2 decades now. Uh,
Yeah,
and you're used to cutting weight instead of putting on size.
yeah.
So how was that in terms of your preparation, in terms of your workout routine and diet, bro? How did you figure all that stuff out to get to that level?
Actually, Anthony had everything already set. He pretty much planned everything out for us. He set up my diet. He set up my workout programs. He set up my workout times and all that. And yeah, it's because of him I was able to accomplish the physique that I have now because of what he already set for me. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have known what to do. Probably would have went through, would have did everything like I would do if I'm preparing for a fight, which is completely the total opposite.
Mm.
Because you have to eat more, and eating was the hard part. Um, and then on this one, you have to have like at least uh, 12, 12 to 12 to 14 weeks to prepare for a fitness competition. You just can't. And I only had like only what 8 weeks, 8 weeks to prepare. So my time frame was a little short. But yeah, it takes a lot. It's not like fighting. It takes a lot to do this type of competition. It's easy, but it takes a lot. And then when you have to dehydrate yourself, it's a little different from what we would have to do in fighting.
Yeah.
But because I wasn't like well versed in all this stuff, well have had a lot of knowledge in all this, I pretty much did everything like I would was preparing for a fight.
Oh,
And
yeah.
yeah, and it's a complete opposite. But yeah, and in doing that, my body and everything was right. It was just I needed to know that I had to eat something while I was waiting in the back for our time to go up on stage.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that I learned is that uh, you can't sit there and not eat. You have to eat something. You have to constantly have to eat something because you have to make yourself look fuller,
Mm.
bigger, and that way when you're on stage, you look like the type of physique that the judges want to see.
So you're still eating even before you're going out on stage on the day of the competition.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh,
You have to eat like what's it called? You have to eat rice cakes with honey or rice cakes with peanut butter.
damn,
That's
man.
supposed to help you get fuller, look fuller for the judges.
Jesus Christ. You know what, man? Like when I see bodybuilding videos, right, bro, and I see all these like because I used to watch Mr. Olympia, bro, back in the day, and I was like a
Mhm.
big fan. And I still see these guys, they're like, I'm eating, I'm eating about 4 meals a day, and that's just for breakfast. Yeah. Then I go and eat another six for lunch, and then I do this for oh my days. Is that true, bro? Is that how it really is? Like you have to constantly keep.
Yeah, you have to constantly be eating. Yeah. So if I wake up at 10 a.m., so let's say if I wake up at 6 a.m., I have to eat like a snack. So it would be either, or I'm sorry, if I woke up at 6 a.m., so it would be like a protein shake with peanut butter or pineapple. That, and then I'll eat my breakfast, and then I'll have to drink another protein shake and or either eat pineapple or banana for my in between. And then for lunch, I'll eat my lunch, and then when for a snack in between, there'll be another protein shake, either pineapples or banana. And then I'll have my dinner, and then I'll have to have another protein shake, either with a banana or a pineapple. and then my late night snack would be eggs with egg whites with three or four raw regular eggs.
Oh, no. Bro,
Yeah,
that's
it was tough. Trust me, it was tough doing that. It
bro,
was
that's
tough doing
making
that.
people just talking about it, bro. So Angel, bro, you say you want to do another competition, another men's physique. Uh, is this something you can see yourself doing regularly? Now that now that you've sort of moved on a bit from fighting full time, is this something you can see yourself doing regularly, as in IFBB Pro or something like
Yeah,
that?
that's actually my main what I'm planning on, what I want to do is to go pro in this. Yeah, I'm not trying to stay as an amateur for the rest of my life. I'm trying to go to enough, do enough as possible in order to go pro.
Damn right, damn right, bro. And you know what?
Yeah,
But all the
I
all the
love the I love the lifestyle. I love the lifestyle of being a fitness enthusiast.
yeah, yeah. And you've always been, bro, in fantastic shape. And I guess like people who followed your MMA career till now, and shit, 20 years on, how the hell does Anthony Njokuani still look the way he does? Do you know what I mean? Like, um, I remember, I remember when we did the show with me, you, and Jamie Varner, and Jamie goes, you know, black don't crack, bro, it don't.
It's all about how you take care of yourself. If you take care of yourself, I really don't party. I really don't party. I really don't drink. I really don't smoke. Majority of the time, I'm always in the gym. If I'm not training for, if I'm not just training for, like let's say, just training in boxing, kickboxing, or whatever. If I'm not doing that, then I'm in the gym lifting weights or training a client, and then also training the client. Actually, you will burn a lot of calories doing that,
Mm,
and that also helps you stay in shape on top of eating right and taking care of yourself.
definitely, definitely, man. I think like people nowadays need to really realize how important taking care of your own body is,
Mm-hmm.
especially as a fighter, or if you're doing something active like an IFBB pro, or if you're a fighter, MMA, or anything of that caliber, bro. That's where you have to realize how important it is to stay in on point, man, with your physical health.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah, for sure.
do you also
And if you have good genes, that helps out a lot too.
Bro, you know what? It does, you know what I mean? Genetically it does really help. Uh,
Yeah. Oh yeah, it helps out a lot.
but do you also find, Angel, that physically the transformation that you went through to now has also impacted your mental health positively as well?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it has. Because and not with me not sitting around wondering when my next fight's going to be around, or people are still are remembering me, and just going out there and doing things to still bring life into my life.
Yeah,
It helps out with your mental health if you're constantly not thinking about the whole fighting thing. Just allowing yourself, putting yourself in other stuff to help with your mental state is way better than just sitting around wondering um, what's going on with this fight, what's going on with that fight, or whatever, whatever. That's why I try my best to put myself in everything with the movies, fitness, and training my clients, and also building up my school, my multi school.
oh, you're building a Muay Thai school. I thought
Yeah, yeah. I have a Muay Thai program now inside of well, I'm renting out space at inside of a what's it called, a self made training facility. So I started my own Muay Thai program.
that's sick, bro. I thought
Yeah, your boy's doing it all, man. I can't sit still.
that's what I'm saying, bro. It's been a long time, man, Joe. Man. How do I know? You got all this shit going on. Um, nah, man. You know what, bro? I'm proud of you, man. Because to be honest, man, like most people who come, or most like athletes or fighters who come from a background like combat sports, don't really have a plan B when they know that they're getting on a little bit.
Hmm.
When they reach like a certain stage in their career and they know that they can't keep fighting full time, and it comes down to the point where you need to have that plan B, plan C type thing, type deal. Um, so I think that's like you're the perfect example of someone who's actually really thought that stuff through. You know,
Hmm.
I know like ex-fighters, they go into coaching and you know, most of them have done really well, where you go and sit at the broadcast booth in the UFC or smaller promotions. But to actually do something outside of the main stage and still be relative is it's such a difficult thing, man.
Yeah,
Um,
it wasn't difficult because fighting's all I know really. But now that I have been placing myself in other things, it
yeah,
has made it easy uh, to capitalize in those other fields and
that,
making money.
damn right, man. Angel, you know what? Before we touch on the fighting aspect now, man, of the show. I want to touch on the silver screen, man. Anthony Njokuani's a Hollywood star, bro. You know,
I'm getting there. It's not fully there yet, but I'm getting there. Still working.
I watched the fight clips, the fight scene rehearsals that you posted up. Bro, yeah, I have to say, man, they look amazing, bro. Like, is that's your first role, right? Featured role.
Which, which one?
The
The
one
one that had the speaking role?
I think the one that you posted up recently. Um, uh, oh, bro, you posted one up recently. Uh, with Tina Wang, bro, where you did the fight scene rehearsal with Tina Wang.
With Tina White.
Tina Wang, you
Which one was
posted
that
up
one?
IG, bro, today.
Today?
Not today, bro. Sorry, man. Three days ago, and yeah, it was movie stunt rehearsal with Tina Wang.
Oh, with Tina. Oh, with Tina. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Tina, that Asian girl.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, she's actually just started off in it.
Oh,
She's one of my training partners in at my old school at my Muay Thai gym.
hmm,
So she wanted to try out um, doing the whole stunt acting, and because she seen me do like all these movies and stuff like that, and she see my training for the whole stunt. So she asked me like, what school I go to, and the day that she asked me, luckily, my homeboy Arnold Chon. I don't know if you guys know who Arnold Chon is. He's a well-known stunt actor
yeah.
in Hollywood, and he's done like everything. He's done Pirates of the Caribbean. He was actually on The Priest, one of the main guys. I don't know if you guys remember the bald-headed priest Asian guy that did all those flying flip kicks and all that stuff.
Oh,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, that's Arnold. He was the one that's been getting one. He was the one that actually got me into this because I was supposed to do something with him like a long time ago. And when
Yeah,
I first met him, we were chopping it up, and he told me about that. But before I even got to work with Arnold, I started working with my boy Alex Shonar. So Alex Shonar, after he left UFC, he got into stunts and stunt acting and stunt rigging and all that stuff.
hmm,
So he called me up because he remembered that I wanted to always be in movies and all that stuff. So he called me up. He told me that he was getting into this Bollywood movie called Lie.
oh,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, Stephen Bonner was in it. Rest in peace, Stephen Bonner. And a bunch of other UFC fighters
Yeah,
were in it too. Ex UFC fighters were in there as
yeah.
well. So that was the first movie that I ever did, and then from there, that's when I caught that bug. And then I just started like trying my best to. I did have a 4 year layoff, and then I did another movie, and then from there, that's when it started like. That's when I started meeting like all these different people,
Hmm.
and they started putting me in like in their movies, and then I did a movie. I finally was able to do a movie with Arnold. And then from there, I met Phil Tan. Phil Tan is, I don't know if you guys know, well, Phil Tan is a father of the Mortal Kombat kid, the Mortal Kombat guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Phil,
Yeah, yeah.
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 So Phil is his dad.
Yeah, I know that. I know the guy, man.
Yeah, so he's the main actor on the new Mortal Kombat 1 and Mortal Kombat 2.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I know the one.
so yeah, so from there, that's when I started meeting other people and they started putting me in all their projects.
Yeah.
And then I joined the stunt team. And then from there, Tina saw all that was going on. She wanted to start doing it. And then I got her on. I told her to come to one of the stunt workshops that Phil Tan and Arnold were putting on. And then from there, that's when she started getting the hang of it. And she's about to do her very first show next week. Actually, we all are. We're doing this thing for Cobra Kai. So we're all for
Oh,
Karate Kid. Actually, yeah. So it's for Karate Kid. Since the new season of Karate Kid's coming out, we're
yeah.
doing this showcase for Karate Kid for the Karate Kid show at Caesar's Palace next week on Thursday the 14th.
Oh,
And yeah, and that'll be her very first show, and she's actually doing really good. She's actually doing really good in sets. She's picking up everything really good. She's doing very well, and yeah, we're all about to do our first. She's about to be her first show next week, and can't wait to see it.
oh, first of all, Angel, bro, I'm gassed right now, man, because Karate Kid, man, that's a big deal, bro.
Yeah,
Um, but I'm, but obviously,
yeah,
bro, you know, I'm actually, I'm actually glad that things are like working itself out, like in on the silver screen for you, man. And I have to say, when you're doing a fight scene, yeah, bro, when you're choreographing something like that, and obviously you're used to being in the cage. Like you're not used to pulling no punches, no kicks, knees.
no,
Uh,
no.
when you're doing when you're doing a fight scene or when you're choreographing a fight scene, like how much work does that take to actually master and make it look polished on in your final cut?
Well, the thing that helped me out, and the reason why I knew that I was destined to start doing stunt fight work, was when back in the day, my teacher, Sexton Janjira, we used to do like demonstrations at malls, at martial arts festivals, and all that stuff. So because of me doing that, it actually helped me understand how to like control my punches and snap it back and do like the whole action and all that stuff for stunt fighting.
Mm.
And then and now in doing that, it's helping me out in understanding how to control my punches, know how to exaggerate my punches, know how to exaggerate my taking a punch and all that stuff.
Mm.
So I give it to Saxon for him doing those and putting us in that stuff helped me transition into doing the whole stunt fighting.
That's
So
amazing.
because of Saxon and also working with Master Air is a really good teacher at that as well too. And he's my stunt coordinator. He's the one that's been helping me develop my skills in that. And because of him, it has been improving a lot.
That's amazing, bro. I think that if
Don't get me wrong, it's hard. Don't get me wrong, it's hard. If you don't have any martial arts background, it will be extremely hard
I'm
because
not
we have people. Yeah, we have people in the gym. It's like the things that we see that are easy
yeah.
is really hard for them. But then once they start going to all the martial arts, to all the Muay Thai classes and fight classes, fight training classes, they're starting to understand it now. So it's you have to have, in order for you to be good at this, you will need some a martial arts background or
Because
some type of fighting background.
bro, check this out. Because when you watch a movie, say like Mortal Kombat, and they do some crazy shit, like the scenes in Mortal Kombat, like a movie like that is like they're no joke, bro. They're like flying around, jumping, spin kicks, yeah, leg sweep, bro. They do some crazy shit, man.
Yeah,
And of course to just get the fundamentals right and the basics right, like you said, it takes a good stunt coordinator. It takes a good teacher to be there to guide you step by step.
oh
Uh,
yeah.
and I think, bro, like when you see stuff like that, and you know that, oh shit, yeah, I'm doing a fight scene right now. Yeah, I can't fuck this up. But in Mortal Kombat, yeah, bro, guys are jumping off walls and leg sweeps and spinning back kick to the body. Um, is that sort of that level that you want to ultimately get at? To be that polished that you can do a movie like, say, like Immortal Kombat, where effortlessly or tirelessly for hours train those types of moves for a scene.
Yeah, I mean, there is a movie I can't say the name right now because it hasn't came out yet. There was a movie that we needed. We put in what it was like 3 to 4 months of training. It's a futuristic martial arts movie. It's kind of like a Mortal Kombat, but it's in the future.
Oh,
And we had to we did we were we had to have about 3 to 4 months of training before we actually started filming that movie. And yeah, and I can't wait for you guys to see that movie because it's going to be a dope movie.
bro, that's amazing, man. For you to obviously, bro, that experience for you must be surreal. Um, yeah, and to have great people around you, it helps you so much to calm any nerve that you might have. I think when you have that support and you have that team with you, the chemistry just flows itself, right?
Yeah, the difference between movies and fighting when you get to set, everybody they're happy, they're outgoing, everybody jokes around. It's completely different. Everybody introduces themselves to you. Nobody's angry. Nobody think they're better than you. I mean, there were main actors that were pulling pranks on people. I remember Kate Beckinsale was pulling pranks on people we did the uh, when we did the Prisoner's Daughter movie. Um, yeah, it's completely different on in the Hollywood scene. Um, they're much happier. They're much outgoing. They're funny. They like to pull pranks, talk. Um, yeah, they're more inviting in that scene than it is in the fight. You know how the fight scene is. Everybody has to be all macho. Everybody has to be like, oh, you got to be the alpha and all that stuff. But no, it's different. It's different. And when they find out that you're a fighter, it's completely different because then they treat you even way better. And they'll talk to you about. Sometimes you'll find out that some of the actors they've been training in jujitsu and all that stuff for like years. Um, yeah, so that whole world is completely different. I love that world more. I'm not gonna say I love that world more than fighting. I love my fight people, but yeah, that world's is is something else.
It's just, I guess, it's for you to really experience something outside of the fight game, and I guess gain a separate opinion of people of actors compared to the fighters, um, compared to say like the friends that you made in MMA. So yeah, man, bro, I think that's amazing because people nowadays have this negative stereotype about actors. To say that how superficial they are, egotistical, this, that, and the other thing. But to actually hear that, some of them can be really down to earth people
Yeah,
is,
yeah, they're very down to earth.
bro, they're human beings at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Like they're not like people to target or victimize for anyone, and I think people need to really get that right.
From
Uh,
what they've told me, the thing that gets them is when like people are being disrespectful to them and just outright just taking pictures of them while they just have and trying to enjoy their time. Yes, I know that they understand that they're celebrities and people want to be around them, take pictures with them, take pictures of them, and all that stuff. But I mean, they should just do it respectfully, and they will probably get a completely different type of attitude from them.
do you think that social media has played like such a negative role in that? I know social media can be great. Social media is great, bro, to actually really hype someone up or promote somebody, but it has that negative effect as well, right? Where you can catch a celebrity in the wrong place, the wrong time, um, and misconstrue everything that's going on. And then when it's posted, it makes that person look so bad in front of maybe millions of people.
Yeah,
But I think social
and that's
media
right.
has that, has played that big part in creating such a negative environment.
No, no, that's fact. Because I had that encounters before where people just come up to me and yeah, they're talking, and I could be there. Yeah, there was times when I was cutting weight and I was not in the mood to be around anybody. I
Yeah,
just wanted to go do my thing, go back home and chill. But then there was times when people stop me, want to take pictures and want to get an autograph, and I'm like just dying. And I tell them, hey, I gotta go, and then I'm not trying to be rude, but I gotta go. I gotta go finish what I need to do and go home and lay down because right now I'm cutting weight. And they're like, oh, okay, okay, but just can you just give us one more? I'm like, you don't want to yell at it and be like, be an asshole to them, but then you do that. No, I gotta go. I'm sorry about that. I gotta go, and then they will take it the wrong way. But then they gotta understand, we're dying here. We're cutting weight. Cutting weight is not easy. I can finish doing this interview, and taking this picture with you, and you can go and eat right after. I can't. I have to wait a couple more hours before I can put something in my stomach. And they don't. Sometimes they don't respect that or understand that. They just want what they want, and go about their day.
I think it's yeah, man. No, I think you're right, bro. And I think even if you're in a fight game, and Angel, bro, you've been in huge fights, bro, in your career. I'm sure, like in the UFC, that must have happened to you so much, where people must have seen your face on a poster on social, like, oh, Angel's fighting on that card and that card and that card. Um, yeah, man. I mean, it must frustrate you a lot when you're in the middle of getting in the zone in camp or cutting weight, and
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Oh, it's frustrating, but sometimes you just can't let it get to you.
nah,
You have to just let it be what it is, and still be polite, still show that you do love and care, because you do love and care for your fans. And they're the ones that you know they are the ones that make you. They're the ones that are putting your name out there more. So you still have to show them some respect. But if they can't give it to you, then you're gonna have to be an asshole to them and not give them what they want and walk away if they don't listen.
but I think what that just stems from a fighter's maturity, right, and a person's professionalism to
Yeah.
actually know that this is my job. Bro, fighting is fighting, bro, and it's probably the most politically criticized profession in all of athletic sports. You have the NFL and you have the NBA, which are politically criticized also. But when you look at combat sports, I think it's something that fighters do because yeah, cool, they're getting paid, but sometimes
Hmm.
they forget that that's actually their profession.
Yeah. I mean, there are some. I mean, well, we actually sit down and see what the NFL people do to their fans, and we don't want to do that. We don't want to be like that because then that's why some of their fans do the things that they do. Even though some fans know that we can destroy them, but we treat our fans a little bit different because they're the ones that help us build our brand. And if we're out there making our brand look bad, then it's going to reflect on us. So that's why we know that we can't act like how the NFL players or NBA players treat their fans. Even the baseball players, they treat their fans like shit. Like if a little kid coming up to me, I know that I'm going to go over there and sign the autograph form no matter what,
Mm.
and not shoot them out because that's kind of messed up. And I've seen that happen before. And all these NFL, all these NBA players, and all that. Like, what's going to happen when you're done and retired, and all these people remember you. Like that little kid's gonna remember. Oh, I tried to get an autograph from you, and you did this to me. I'm not gonna buy your product. I'm not gonna buy nothing from you. That's why we try our best to give our fans the respect that they deserve, as long as they're giving us the respect that we deserve.
No, yeah, that's facts. Straight 100%. Uh,
Mhm.
I think that's where it all stems from, man. Is
Yeah,
respect at the end of the day. Andrew, bro, when we, when we sort of move on, and then your we talk about your fighting career. Yeah, bro. Now as we near 2 decades on, the UFC, WEC, one championship. Fuck, man, it's been everything. Gamebred FC. I want to talk about your fights on Gamebred FC because, of course, bro, you're basically essentially bare knuckle rap.
yeah. Oh yeah. Bare knuckles different. Bare
Fighting,
knuckles different, but it's still the same.
bro, you're fighting hybrid MMA bare knuckle rap, bro. That's crazy. Um,
Yeah. Trust me, it was crazy when I got the call to be in it, to fight for him when I back in 2021 when I first did it.
yeah,
It was wild because me and Anthony Pettis were running, and he told me about Jorge Masvidal's thing, and he was like, "Yeah, I can get you in it." He got me in it, and then at first I was like, "Ah, damn, do I really want to do a bare knuckle MMA fight?" I was nervous as hell, and then I was like, "You know what? Let me try this thing out and see how it is." So then went to that fight, did the fight, and I was like, "Oh, you know what? It's basically the same thing, just minus gloves." Don't get me wrong, that shit, you can feel it. That shit hurts. But then when you think about it, it's just like another day in the office,
yeah.
minus not having your pencil and pen with you, you know?
I guess when you look at and you say that shit hurts, yeah, bro. When you look at how your hands are just wrapped compared to fighting with gloves, yeah, bro. Does it make a difference, bro, to the way you punch? Because of course, if you throw, say with gloves, your hands are curved, right? Yeah, it's
Hmm.
just shot. But when you're taped, you have to keep it straight because if you curve that shit up, you could
Yeah.
break. Um, how did you sort of have to deviate from the way you throw punches normally? Um,
In this last fight, I don't know what came over me. I just did not care. I was throwing more punches than I threw kicks.
yeah,
But the first time I did it, I was really timid about throwing punches. And then I was extremely timid and I didn't want to hurt my hands the first time. But then the second time, uh, I don't know what happened. It's just like a demon came out of me that day, and I was just unleashing just like barrage of punches and barely throwing any kicks. Um, one, I know for a fact it's because I wanted to make a statement because people were like, "Oh yeah, he's 43. He can't take out this kid. This kid's younger than him." Yeah, all right, cool. So once I was like hearing that, people don't understand when you talk shit to me, it doesn't like it doesn't make me fold. It just brings a demon out of me. And then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna show you what's up. So then I was showing her. I basically went in there to show everybody up, let them know, don't count me out because I'm a 43-year-old. I'm an old man in your eyes because I'm not.
you know when I watched that
You
fight,
think
yeah,
that was
you know
me.
who you look like. You know who you look like to me. You look like Jim Kelly in Enter the Dragon, bro. You look, you look like
Mine's the afro. Mine's the afro and the light skin.
but you look, bro. When I saw that fight, and I was just like, Andrew was like, he's acting with Bruce Lee, bro. I was like, what? Yeah, but when you,
Gene Kelly.
uh, it must have had like a different feel to it, right? Because it's
Mm-hmm.
not, because it's not the UFC, right? It's Gamebred FC, and Jorge must be running that a bit
Yeah.
more. Um, so when you were in there, Andrew, like, how did you feel, bro? Because Obviously you're back in competition, you're back on the main stage. Um, you got it's a big following on social. How did you feel when you actually get the call up to go and fight back at Gamebred FC or any sort of setting like that?
I felt really good. It felt like they loved what I was doing, and and they loved my fighting style. Um, yeah, it felt really good, because you would think that when you lost, because I did lose the fight with them, but I fought somebody that I shouldn't have been fighting at that time. I should have had more time to prepare for that guy. But when that happens, you would think, oh, okay, they're not gonna call me back. But then they actually loved what I did, loved how I fought, and yeah, they invited me back, and it was a sigh of relief because it let me know that they still had a interest in me, and it lets me know that people do still want to be able to see me fight, which I like to do. I like to entertain people. I like to go out there and do my thing and showcase my skills with people and keep my name out there. Um,
I
but I
think
love them. I love the fact that they were able to bring me back.
bro, you got nothing to be ashamed of with regards to keeping your name out there, man. I think to every Raw fan like myself, yeah, who's been watching you shit since I first started watching MMA, I think your name will always be out there. Because I think to every fan or every new fan that's actually coming up and actually watches the history of not only the UFC but like mixed martial arts, your name will be in there, man. Because um, you started out from that route in the WEC, bro. And I think anyone would respect that journey of someone who doesn't get a silver spoon handed in their mouth, man, and actually works for what they got. So with that regard, man, you've got nothing to be ashamed of, Angel, at all.
No,
Um,
thank you.
Angel, bro, there's one thing that I actually wanted to ask you,
What was
um,
that?
and it's just something that like because when you look at like the new generation of MMA now and fighters coming up now, yeah, back to when you were fighting in the UFC and WEC, um, what are some of the comparisons that you would make in terms of the level of competition that you faced compared to what they're facing now, and sort of like the matchmaking and promotion in this era compared to what you were facing back in the day.
Back in the day, things were a whole lot different. Things were a lot rawer. We had more. I feel like we had more dangerous fighters back then than there are now. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. We have Izzy, we have Kamaru, but if you go back and look at all the fighters like Sean Sherr, GSP, all the fighters that we had back then were like just monsters, not like what we have now. I mean, yeah, everybody is more well-rounded now because everybody's more educated in the whole MMA field. But I feel like the past was the best versus now.
Do you think the mindset back in the
It's
past
completely different. Yeah,
was more about the competition and seeing who's the best rather than now where it seems like it's about who earns the most money.
yeah. Who
Yeah,
well, who has the most money and the most followers?
yeah. And I think back in the day, you had the legends, like guys who are considered legends now, were in their prime back in your back in your day, bro. You know, you look
I
at a
mean,
guy like
we had
GSP.
killers.
You look at a guy
We had
like
killers back
GSP.
then.
Anderson Silva was in his prime back in the day, bro.
Yeah.
Patrick Cote, Tito Ortiz, Ryan Bader, Anthony Pettis was coming up, man,
Mhm.
back in the day. Ben Henderson, bro. All these guys were really in their prime. Guys who we call legends now, including yourself. Yeah, bro. When you were fighting, Rafael dos Anjos, and you were fighting all these guys, bro. Yeah. Um, back in that day when they were in their primes. Do you know what I mean? So like people are gonna be looking at that so much differently now. Um, rather than back then because now, yeah, you're right. It's gone a bit softer now. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm gonna say without putting them down. It has gone a bit softer because we had monsters back then. And what's it called Silva. We had killers. All the Pride guys, Kibo back in the day. Like everybody were killers. Not like what we have now. I mean, and I'm not gonna like put down all my fellow UFC fighters that are still fighting for UFC because they were all killers back then as well too, and they still are killers. But with the new generation that's coming up now, it's like it's not even about the fighting anymore. Because half of these guys are jumping into UFC and only having like three to four, 3 to 4 fights, probably like 5 amateur fights. So their fighting skills is not as great as the ones that we had back in the day.
And that's another thing that I wanted to get your opinion on. And I think like you touched on it is that, bro, the guys who are getting signed to the UFC now don't have the record or the opponent caliber that that would actually deserve them to be in the UFC.
Hmm.
There was the Cuban Taekwondo Olympian who got signed to the UFC.
Yeah,
But he's 35, yeah,
yeah.
4 he got signed to the UFC because he got a 5-second KO in his fifth pro bout. Yeah.
But I
Uh,
mean, is that still gonna be enough?
yeah, but that's what I'm saying, Andrew, yeah? Is every
Yeah.
single opponent's record of his has been one win. Yeah. One win,
No.
one win, one win, one win.
So they patent his record just so that way he can get into UFC,
So in your
pretty much.
eyes, yeah, in your eyes,
So he was probably fighting people in Tijuana.
but that's what I'm saying, bro, is that in your eyes, bro, yeah, do you think that is, based off just one performance, um, that deserves someone to be in the UFC.
I mean,
Having
I understand that they're trying to build the next superstar, the next Conor McGregor, the next GSP, the next Chuck Liddell, the next John Jones. But I feel like these kids should give themselves some time, build themselves up. I understand he's 35 years old. He's probably been fighting for a long time, and this is finally his time. So of course, he's going to jump onto it. But I feel like if he takes his time, builds his abilities up, he'll probably make it. But if he's going to jump into this real quick and only be in a Taekwondo Olympia, I mean, can Taekwondo really take you that far in the sport? I mean, I hope that he's able to uh, defend a takedown, or he has a blue belt in jiu-jitsu or something, or a purple belt. I hope he at least has that ability in order to last long for a very long time in UFC. Because there have been some people who have come into UFC, they were talked about highly, and then all of a sudden they have disappeared. And it's because they jumped into this career, into that field a little too fast versus letting themselves grow. And I'm hoping that they do give him like good opponents, the right opponents, to help him grow into the fighter that he is destined to be. So I mean, we shall see where he goes,
and
see how far he goes.
no, that's not and bro, for me, right, I think you're so right. I think these guys should enjoy the come up period. And
Hmm.
then when you actually finally get into the UFC, Bellator, PFL, whatever it may be, that would give you a bit more of a sense of accomplishment. Because you know that you took the hard road to get there. You didn't just use one performance to leapfrog yourself into a position that you might not be able to handle.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, you look at, this guy basically reminded me of, how you said. They're looking for the next GSP. They're looking for the next Ronda Rousey, Chuck Liddell. This guy reminded me of, Dana looking for the next Francis Ngannou. Bro.
Oh yeah.
Because he's 6'7". Yeah, bro, and definitely well over 250.
Mm-hmm.
Walking 245, 250, man.
Damn, 245, 250. That's a big boy. And he's 6'7"?
Yeah, 6'7".
Holy hell, that's a big boy.
Bro, but yeah, Angel, bro, if I cross that page and we look at a more experienced guy being signed to the UFC and Michael Venom Page, um, now I respect. I don't know if are you familiar with MVP?
Yeah, yeah. He was supposed to fight my brother.
What is it?
Yeah, he was supposed to fight my brother. Well, my brother was wanting to fight him in Bellator.
Yeah, but this okay. So this is exactly what my point is. If he had fought Chiji,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that would have been such a high level fight for him.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
probably a fight that he's not used to having because he's not used to fighting that quality. Now, my point with MVP is that he's signed to the UFC. Yeah,
Oh, is he?
yeah, he's fighting Kevin.
Oh,
Yeah, Anthony in the
wow. How in the hell did he get that? When did he get signed?
so it's been about, I would say officially he got signed week before last, so 2 weeks ago.
Oh, that is funny. My brother is down in UFC. Well, my brother's in UFC, so that would be awesome if they both get to fight.
So Andrew, this is my point. If you look at Michael Page's record at Bellator, yeah, the apart from Douglas Lima, yeah, and Logan Storley, yeah,
Hmm.
so basically Michael Venom Page got more
Yeah,
by Logan Storley when he fought for the welterweight title. And I was thinking, and everyone, and when he got knocked out by Lima, yeah, everyone had this opinion that he's not as good as Bellator have hyped him up to.
you know.
Do you know what I mean? And this is
And I,
where
kept- and I, kept- and I kept telling people that. Nobody didn't want to listen. I kept telling them he's good, but he's not that good.
I think this is what my point is, yeah, Joe. Is Bellator purposely made their matchups to
Yeah,
favor the guys who they were trying to hype up. Yeah, it's as simple as that. I, and that really, and now you're expecting MVP to go against a killer like Kevin Holland, who holds the record for the most wins in 1 year, yeah, for the UFC against high rank, high level guys. Uh,
he ain't gonna do it.
and
He ain't gonna make that.
can you
I won't be surprised if he lasted a year with UFC.
can you imagine if he faces someone like Wonder Boy and Wonder Boy just wrecks him? um,
That's
bro,
gonna be a long.
and that's just my
I feel like they're gonna do exactly what Douglas did to him.
yeah,
Gonna tear up his leg. They're gonna look for that opening because he basically already showed that he has no chin.
no
So
chance.
once they find that opening, catch him on the chin, they're gonna knock him out. And I feel like that's what everybody's gonna do. That's gonna be their game plan. And he has no ground skills, so and UFC is packed, especially the 170 division. It's packed with a lot of people who are wrestlers and jiu-jitsu guys. Barely that many strikers. So
And
yeah, it's gonna be very interesting. I can't wait to see this. I did not know that they signed him.
can you imagine if he fights someone like Bilal Muhammad and Bilal grinds him out for to wrestle him for 15?
You said what?
Imagine if he goes up against someone like Bilal Muhammad,
Oh
and
yeah.
grinds him out and wrestles him up for 15 minutes.
Oh, we're gonna wrap him up like a pretzel. We're gonna out wrestle the shit out of him, tire him up. That's
And
all you have to do. That's all you have to do with MVP. You have to close the distance. You can't let him have his opening,
that's it.
and you got to constantly keep moving side to side. Find that opening. If you're a good wrestler, take him down, keep him down, or stay in the middle of him. Stay in the middle, stay inside the pocket, and work his body, then work his head, then work his body. Take those legs out, and if you're a good wrestler in jiu-jitsu, take him down and beat him down. That's what you have to do with this kid. You can't give him a big ass wide opening because if you give him a big ass wide opening, then he's just gonna be able to do all that he can on you.
Yeah.
So the best game plan for him is to stay in the middle. Don't give him any space and just tear him down.
Right.
I mean that's what I would tell my fighter to do.
So anyone who wants to beat MVP, go train with Anthony Njokuani. He, he got the key. um,
It's the
oh,
key.
man,
That's the key.
yeah. No, I think you just got to be smart to secure that bag and beat MVP. That's it.
Oh yeah,
Like,
for sure.
just take your opening, bro, and closing that distance is probably the main thing that I've
Oh
seen.
yeah, for sure. Oh yeah. Hello. Hello.
Yo,
Can you see me?
yeah, man, I can't see you, bro. Put the camera back through, bro.
What the hell happened? No, because my battery's about to die. That's why.
Oh shit. We're
Okay.
almost done. Um,
You see me?
it's because that was I just wanted to get a professional opinion on those things, bro. Yeah, because they were racking my brain for fucking God knows how long, G, since it actually got announced. Them two, they were just racking my mind. Um, and bro, we're gonna finish it off a bit differently today, man.
Okay.
I have I have five rapid fire questions for you, my
All right.
guy.
Let's go. Let's go.
Your first one, brother, yeah, is a tough one.
All right.
Um,
Let's see.
okay. Who is the more technically sound fighter, GSP or John Jones?
Oh. Woo. Damn. They're both my homies. Uh, to tell you the truth, both of them are because I feel like their skills match
Okay,
with the wrestling and with their changing of striking. Well, I would say changing, mixing it up. They both know how to mix up their striking and wrestling well, um, and their fight IQ is on another level.
definitely two of the best, two
So
of the greatest of all time.
yeah, so I would say both of them are. I know I have to pick one, but they're both like identical to me.
That's cool. I'll take that. I'll take that as an answer. Number two. Okay, this one's a bit tricky. Yeah. Uh,
Okay.
Israel Adesanya or Prime Anderson Silva, who was or is the better striker?
The better striker in their prime or prime.
Prime Anderson Silva.
When Anderson Silva was being Anderson Silva, he was hard to beat. But then when he started doing like all that playing around stuff, he kind of like took his skills away and took the who he is away from his fighting style. But Adesanya is a great striker. He's a great kickboxer. He has an extremely high fight IQ. He knows how to mix everything up from going top to bottom, bottom to top, meaning transitioning from leg kicks to punches to leg kicks to going to the body, going to the head, going to the head, going to the body. He knows how to change it up very well. But Anderson Silva was slick. His moves were he could catch you like just stepping backwards. He could catch you stepping to the side. So I'll say it's the Anderson Silva. I'll give it to Anderson Silva.
Anderson Silva. Okay. And number three. Okay, Angel, who is the best fighter, retired or active, to never win a championship?
The best actor, the best fighter.
Yeah. It can be retired or active currently.
Best one. Best one. Retired or active? Huh. To never win a championship.
And it could be in the UFC, it could be any promotion. And that includes interim championship. So if they've been interim champion, you can't choose.
And it has to be like a UFC champion or any other.
Any champ.
I'm always gonna keep it in. Well, no, my little brother, he's a champion. He's a Tachi Palace champion. So I can't say him.
No.
Unless you're saying a UFC champion or a Bellator champion or
never to win a UFC championship though.
Never to win. Okay, then I'll say my little brother. My little brother has the best striking skills in that whole division. I'm sorry, nobody can match his striking. I'm gonna say my little brother.
Njokuani.
Always.
Definitely, man. You got to big up the family in that one.
Heck yeah, because my brother is like my little brother is the. I'm sorry, but my little brother is the best. He's the best striker in that whole division. I don't care if anybody wants to argue about it, they can bring whoever they think is better than him in striking or overall jiu-jitsu and all that to the gym, and they will see. If they watch videos of my little brother hitting pads and all that stuff, they will understand. Yeah, he's the best. I'm sorry, he's the best. And in my eyes, he'll always be the best.
I respect that. No, definitely an admirable answer, man. We'll take that. Number four, Angel, what is in your eyes coming off a Muay Thai kickboxing background into MMA? In your eyes, what is the best base for someone to come into MMA with?
The best base? That would be wrestling and jiu-jitsu. If you have a good wrestling skills, if you have a good jiu-jitsu skills, if you have two of those that are great, you're gonna be successful in MMA. And then adding Muay Thai on top of it will make you the most unstoppable fighter in MMA. So I would say starting off with wrestling, getting into jiu-jitsu, because wrestling is what's going to help you learn how to control, learn how to put your weight down and all that stuff. Jiu-jitsu is going to give you the skills to be able to control someone on the ground, and also submission, and then work on your striking. Once you get your striking down, because you're already going to be a beast on the ground. So once you get your striking down, you're going to be an unstoppable force in MMA.
And your last one, bro. The toughest fight of Anthony Njokuani's career. It can be bro fight you've had WEC, UFC, one championship, or Gamebred. Yeah, man.
Hands down, the toughest fight to this day, and everybody knows it because we went back and forth. You know which one I'm about to say. It's the one with Edson Barboza.
Oh yeah.
That was. Even though I had a tough fight with Rafael dos Anjos and I broke my hand in that fight, and I still kept on fighting for 3 rounds, but that back-to-back match that we had with Edson was the toughest one.
Yeah. Edson Barboza, the toughest fight of Anthony Njokuani's career. Oh.
Yeah, Edson Barboza was the toughest, and the second would be what's his face?
Dos Anjos.
Yeah, the finals. Yeah, damn, forgot his freaking name. See, kids, this is why you don't fight. Your memory gets bad.
And the last one, yeah. Last one. Yeah. Head kick knockout or knockout by knee. Yeah, what would you choose?
Ooh, man, the most devastating one will be a head kick knockout because you'll see them flip. If
Right?
they don't flip, you'll see them crumble, baby. Because I'll say head kick knockout will be is always the best knockout. Let's go.
Folks, that has been Real Talk episode 68 with Anthony the Assassin, Andrew Kawani.
Yeah,
Man, it has been the realest show on the net. The return, shit, we talk real, always will, man. Angel, bro, thank you so much, man. And once again,
thank you for
bro,
having me.
I'm so sorry about the camera, bro.
Oh,
But
no, it's all good, bro.
no, thank you so much, Angel, man. Thank you for taking the time out.
Always, man. Always here for you, my brother.
I always,
Anytime you want me to be on the show, I'm always here. Let me know.
I always appreciate you, man. And,
What's up?
I know we're gonna see. Well, it's just a matter of time, man, where we see the biggest of big things coming out of you, man.
Yeah, maybe you'll see me being the
A
next Blade or something.
lot of respect for you, man.
Yes, there.
Thank you, bro. Now, man, have a blessed day, and thank you, bro.
Thank you too, brother.